just listing off the meme states right now. What's this? What's this?
Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Yes, okay.
Hello. Hello.
Hello,
That was
hello,
really
hello.
good. You scared me. Okay, chat, can you hear us? You scared me. Yes, you can. GiBi cut off the amazing. This is a safe place, a sanctuary. Okay, so it'll be much easier for us to actually read chat this time around, because I'm not playing a video game. So, everyone, hello, welcome to the first part, possibly only part, I don't know how long it's going to take, watch through the Amazing Digital Circus, where we're going to be looking through lore, and we're going to be trying to answer a couple questions. So, I'm currently working on a lore/analysis/theory video of the series, and I want to do that before the finale to try to, like, guess what's going to happen. So I'm going to be posting that, but obviously I need to watch all the videos. So this is sort of like theory crafting and investigation for the script I'm writing, analyzing the series. And so we're looking for 3 specific things. We're looking for whether or not all of the characters seem to antagonize at least one other character specifically based on their personality traits, right? So, like, Jax is extremely abrasive and, like, attacks and hurts people. Kinger is generally hard to handle because of his memory issues, right? Like in episode 7, everyone's always like, we don't want to tell Kinger the truth because what if he messes things up? So that's not him like doing something wrong and like overtly hurting other people, but it does make the rest of the group sort of not trust him. But Pomni does believe in him. So we're sort of going to look at every character and be like, who clashes with this character? We're going to kind of make a tree of like people who don't like each other. We're going to look for evidence that Pomni is an AI. I'll talk about that a little more later. And we're going to look for when the colors red and blue show up. Because if you've watched the most recent episode, you know that red symbolizes Kane. He's the more, like, out there bad program. And blue is supposed to be, like, the good program. So we're looking for red and blue, Pomni is AI, and the characters' relationships with each other.
I feel like there might also be interesting stuff with abstractions. Because, like, Kinger in the last episode was talking about how Scratch had more abstract ideas, and I feel like that ties into the abstractions. There might be something interesting there.
And Scratch was his real world buddy who made the blue program, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
well, we don't know if he made the blue program. We know that Kinger said that he made Kane, and he got pointers from Scratch. To do that.
So we can theorize that could be that. So again, we'll be looking for color and stuff. So we're gonna hit play. Also, I've only really seen these episodes a couple times, so I might also notice things in the background. If you guys want me to pause at any point, let me know. Also, chat, how is the volume of the video compared to the volume of me and my guest? Because it seemed really, really loud for me. Is GiBi going to use his power of analysis and literature knowledge on a popular strange series again? Yes, I'm going to get canceled for it on Twitter. This feels like the cultural vibe right before the final season of Lost came out. Yes, but hopefully this won't be a disappointment. His ideas were abstract, the volume is fine, perfect. I turned it down a little bit. Okay, wow, before we continue, this looks like, based on the poor rough edges of the trees, this looks like the way that like Mario 64 rendered its trees, where it's a 2D texture that always turns and faces you as opposed to being a 3D object. And obviously the low resolution and the colorful way that the castle looks in the background, this looks very much like a Mario 64, a Glover, just that era of video game-isms. I've not been super deep into the lore of the series, so if everyone else is like, actually, in episode 5, they're confirmed that the Digital Circus was created in 1994. I don't know that. So you can correct me, you can tell me the lore in the comments, or you guys can tell me. But this is really giving Mario 64 Glover 1996 era video game technology for me. Everyone says 96. Are you saying 96 because that's when the show takes place, or 96 because that's when Mario 64 came out? Because I knew that's when Mario 64 came out. Sometimes says, that tweet you made about Jackson Ragatha, sigh. Yeah, no, you'll see. We'll talk about it.
Welcome to the Amazing Digital Circus!
Okay, so again, we're operating on multiple layers here, right? This is Kane talking to us, the audience, because this is a TV show. This is the introduction to what the game would be like, because we're sort of like Dora the Explorer. We're entering into a game, which is what the show takes place in. And as we're also about to see, this is something that literally the characters do in the morning, because Kaufmo is not going to be there today.
My name is Kane. I'm your ringmaster, and I'm here to show you...
Kane, obviously, Kane and Abel, but he is also holding a cane because he's a ringmaster, and that's why he has the same jacket. There's multiple interesting design elements going on there. T-Dreads and Fazant have left the call. Very, very funny.
the most jaw-dropping, heart-stopping, mind-bending paraphernalia you've ever laid your eyes upon! Isn't that right, Bubble?
That's right, Kane. I can't wait to see what you've got cooking up for today.
Well,
Bubbles, obviously a reference to Chain Chomps from Mario. Fazant says, 1996 is when Kane was made. Give me the chats from the old stream. Oh, I have to refresh the chat. When's it? I'm sure we'll get to it, but I don't know when it says that specifically. When's it say that he was made in '96? Because that's what I would guess.
I think
strictly...
it's like the very most recent one.
Okay. More active. Strictly, I would guess that from the Mario 64 references. Okay, is this the new one? I think so. Amazing series. What? Someone said something about Kanye West. I missed it. Who is this? Have you ever watched? Yeah, so I've watched through the series as it was airing once, and then once again a couple days ago. So we've seen through it twice. Anyway, this looks kind of like just, again, 90s era, like the TV show Out of the Box. Or, again, more like the Glover colors. With, I had these when I was a kid. These little interlocking foam boxes. And again, okay, Bubbles, Chain Chomp reference. Ready? Okay, let's go.
not waste any time. Let's get right into the show.
So these are, okay, just glitched. These are going to be references to, at least the teapot is a very common 3D object where in like 3D programs, especially back in the day, you would test your lighting on a smooth and reflective thing. So it's kind of like if you go into the Unity engine, you can press a button. It's like, make a perfect circle, make a pyramid. There was a teapot test. So that's what that's referencing. I don't know about the gramophone. We saw 6 different instances of Bubbles. So Bubble can, like, I don't know, clone himself or whatever, or herself. I called you Kanye West because you're getting canceled on Twitter bi-weekly. That's funny. Someone said they cringe at the song. Well, it's supposed to be like an in-universe, like, funny, you know, sappy kind of thing. Okay, so when the half flew by, it made a UFO sound. The flower pot's clipping through the ground, which has to do with poor collision. That kind of thing didn't happen so much in the N64 era. That was much more of a, once objects were given true physics in, I mean, Half-Life 2 is probably going to be the go-to example, like the Source engine, when you tried to have a floor that tried to prevent things from going into it, and a wall that tried to prevent things from going into it. If you put it in the corner, both are trying to push it away at the same time, and it doesn't know what to do. And so if you ever watch, like, videos... I guess Mario 64 has it, especially for, like, going backwards upstairs. But basically, like, a character gets trapped, and so it builds up speed until it eventually launches off. So this is really more of a Half-Life 2 era Source engine thing. It does happen in Mario 64, but it's not as much of an N64 type thing. And if you guys... Nero, if you want to say stuff, you can jump in.
Yeah.
Aww.
When I used to think about taxes,
I don't care about your taxes. Gangle's happy mask broke. Okay, so we got to talk about, just from the perspective of having seen the most recent episode, Pomni being half red and half blue all over. This is my sort of evidence number 1 that I think Pomni's like a creation of the AI. She's not a human. She is half blue, half red. Suspicious. The Amazing Digital Circus, and she's a jester character? Like, are you kidding me? She's very obviously AI, created by the program. Send tweet.
Is this one of your NPCs, or is this a new sucker?
It's the first thing Jack says.
If it's a new character, we're gonna have to redo this whole theme song.
I'm not doing that again.
My! It appears a new human has entered this realm!
How do I take this headset off?
Just keep grabbing at it.
Do we find out at some point that all of them put on headsets? Because I do think that Ragatha definitely talks about it, right? In episode 8? Like they
Yeah,
all
Jack
entered?
said that grabbing at it worked for all of us, so I think that implies that they all put on a headset of some sort.
Okay, so it's like a VR headset, Sword Art online. You put it on, and now you're stuck in the world or whatever.
For all of us.
Yeah, pretty much.
What's going on? I put on some weird headset and now I'm here. Who are you people? Why can't I take it off? Where am I?
Let's just try to calm down. Everything's gonna be okay, new stuff.
Okay, so someone in chat just said this Sidewire, who I've never seen before, so welcome. Great point about the exact kind of analysis we're doing. So I'm sitting here as a theorist, and I see Pomni is half blue and half red, and I'm like, well, we have one AI that's blue and one that's red, so maybe she's like a mixture of both. Just because a connection exists does not mean it's exactly where the story's headed. So Fazbear Entertainment, who's not here anymore, has been pointing to different ways that the characters are staged, like through open doors and through different color theory stuff, to say, I think Jax is going to get left behind. Totally acceptable theory based on, or logical theory based on the evidence we have. What Side just said in the chat is, she's not an AI, she's going to be the one to unite Kane and Abel. Yes, so in that case, viewed from a Doylean perspective outside of the show once it's over, the reason she is red and blue is because she will eventually be the one to merge all of the AIs together into one that maybe will be positive. And you can similarly apply this to like Jax being separated from the group. That's not a lore clue like it's Five Nights at Freddy's hinting that he's going to be left behind. It could be he is currently separated from the group and you think he is the one who will be left behind, but at the last second he will dramatically have a change of heart and do something to no longer be left behind, right? Just because these pieces of evidence exist that are pointing in one direction, it could be that they're pointing in that direction to then not go that way. Like if you guys watched Gravity Falls throughout the whole series, there's all these different symbols that were appearing on different characters, and in the finale, they get all the characters with those symbols, and they stand in a circle, and they line them up perfectly. And everyone's like, yes, this is what we've been trying to solve the whole show. And then it doesn't work, and they do something completely different. Like, that is always a possibility of something that can happen.
We've all been through this. You just need to get your head
What the is going on? What?
No, my dear. We can't have any of that foul language around here. The amazing digital...
Very, I'm going to talk about this later, but very Good Place coded, the TV show where all the characters die and they go to heaven and you can't curse there, so all of their words are censored out. And then it turns out that they're not actually in heaven at all. It's actually a group of people who were specifically selected so that they would all live together and torture each other. Basically, instead of having demons come in and have to torture people for being bad, they get a group of humans who are particularly ill, who would particularly annoy each other. Just different personality groupings that would get on each other's nerves, which is also the plot to a play called No Exit, which is what The Good Place is based on. And so that's kind of what my current analysis of the series is pointing towards. That obviously, there's a lot of influence from I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, which the creator has talked about, but I also think there's a lot of no exit in here. And so that's why we're going to be looking at the way that the characters bounce off each other. And I do think that the censoring the curse word thing is sort of part of that, like, oh, it's a no exit, it's The Good Place illusion that we're supposed to be getting.
Circus is a place to be enjoyed by all ages. You, my friend, stumbled into an incredible world of wonders where anything can happen. Except for swearing.
Oh my god. Well, how do I, leave?
Well, don't freak out about it or anything, but, we don't exactly...
You can't.
What?
Shut up, Jax. But, yeah, he's right.
Someone in chat just said that this is their first time watching through The Amazing Digital Circus. We're going to spoil a lot of stuff because we're watching this through hindsight. Someone says, have I read or played I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream? I read it in high school, so this was years and years ago. I've not played the game, though, but I do like point-and-click adventure games, so maybe that can be something I eventually play on the channel. So yes, I'm aware of all of the connections, which is that's a story where an artificial intelligence takes over the world and all but 5 humans die, and he keeps them alive to torture them. And so the whole goal of the humans is because he can control literally everything, he keeps them alive forever. So like if they get mortally wounded, he heals them, he makes them go and do things to hurt them. And basically what their goal is they just want the torment to end. So based on what happens in the story, one character gets the opportunity to kill the other 4 so that they can be free of the torment. And then the giant computer who hates all humans is like, and for that, I'm going to punish you even worse. And he turns him into this giant slug monster, and he's constantly being stabbed by needles for eternity, and he can never die. But what the computer can't do is take away his satisfaction that he managed to free all the other humans. So he's like, he took away his mouth so he can't scream. I have no mouth and I must scream. So it's about an evil artificial intelligence that is keeping 5 humans alive because he wants to torture them. And the creator of this series has, I've been told, said that the concept of the Amazing Digital Circus is, I have no mouth and I must scream. But what if the evil computer just wanted to send them on cool adventures instead of literally torturing them on purpose? So that's what's going to happen here. And again, I see that connection between the stories, but I also want to look into the no exit good place connections. Did you forget that Kane is a reference to Cain and Abel? We're going to get to that. The other thing, so Zubul here is, again, very 90s coded. Like the arms and this shape and like this color, Maggie and the Ferocious Beast little chest area here. These are the kind of toys that like you would find in like a doctor's office waiting room in the 90s. And so they're very 90s mix and match toy. Whereas if we cut back to Ragatha, we'll cut back to her in a second. Ragatha is obviously Raggedy Ann. Jax is literally Bugs Bunny. And we're going to see the other ones later too. Kinger is a chess piece. So like they all mean something. They're all reference to something. If you don't understand who Raggedy Ann is, you're missing something with Ragatha. If you don't understand Bugs Bunny, you're missing something with Jax. So Zubul being a mixed match of different pieces will obviously mean something later. We'll talk about it when we get to their story, but also is sort of building onto the 90s aesthetic of everything that's going on here.
And your new body.
A new home? What do you mean?
Guys, don't be mean.
We've been stuck here for years. Old Kinger over there's supposedly been here the longest.
Did someone say something about an insect collection?
That's why he's crazy.
And she's going to have like an anxiety panic attack, but she's fine. Denial.
This is a dream, and I should just play along until I wake up, right?
Whatever you say, kid.
They broke my comedy mask.
Poor Gangle.
So, Kane, you having a new adventure today for the newbie or what?
I'd like to give our brand new member a tour of the circus grounds first. Off we go! Here we have the tent. This is where your living quarters are, as well as all sorts of other activities. These activities may include...
Okay, so early Windows error screen, it literally says the word Windows. For whatever reason, his operating system, his AI, can't access that data, and so it's blanking, right? When a computer looks for something, it can't find it, that's where it gets stuck, and that's where the program crashes. So for whatever reason, right now, he's not capable of thinking of future adventures. Maybe because he can't compose any until he like knows what Pomni's into, what Pomni likes, because what he as an AI is doing is his function is to create adventures that makes all the humans happy. This ends up, he's not very good at it, but it's still what his programming is. So maybe he can't think of any because he doesn't know who Pomni is yet, or he can't comprehend what Pomni is yet because she's an AI. That's what we're going to keep looking through here. T-Dreads is bubble theory. The Void is a coding terminal. I really enjoy your analysis. Jax is a jerk from just the scene alone. Yes, Jax is in fact a jerk. Kane uses the dial-up modem, lol, very Windows 95. Exactly. There's also, this show is really, really funny. So me pausing it's going to kill a couple jokes. But there's definitely, there's quite a bit of humor that we'll point out.
Ball pits, mini golf, and
Ball
more.
pits.
And here we have the grounds. Drown yourself in the digital lake, or
Drown yourself in the lake?
The digital carnival. Night, day, it's all okay. The choice is yours. A cosmic buffet.
Is that all there is?
Of course not. This is the void. We don't venture out into the void. Not even I know what's out there.
That's
We stay right here, where I can keep my hundreds of all-seeing eyes on you.
So the eyes can't see them in the void. He doesn't even go out there. That's obviously set up for later when they're going to eventually go into the void. But it's also how video game levels work. You create the map and then it expands beyond it. Or it could also be a reference to like code that's not actually part of the level. One of my favorite examples of this is in the Game Boy version of Mario. I think it's Mario Land 2. The the level is designed by, let's say you have a chunk of code, and this area of the code represents what's actually shown in the level. So like a question mark block and a Goomba and nothing for you to jump through. There's a way for, if you break through the bounds of what the level intends, the rest of the memory of the game still corresponds to different blocks. So let's say that the letter A indicates that a Goomba should be there, and the letter B indicates a question mark block. Lower down in the actual coding of the game are full words saying like, if get mushroom, increase Mario size by 10. So that coding is elsewhere in the code. And because the letters A and B are present in that code, if you were to go there in the actual game, you'd see a Goomba and a question mark block that correspond to those letters in the coding. And so that, I think, is part of sort of the concept, right? That's just a normal way that you play video games or code video games. So I think that's sort of what the code is here. It's like, the void is here. It's like everything that's not specifically meant to be part of the circus, but still existing there as part of the code that can be accessed and changed. So that's going to be important later.
Hello, Kane. I love you.
Get out of here before the moon gets frisky.
I love you.
What's that about? I've seen all 9 episodes. I don't see the moon come up again. Why is the moon in love with Kane?
Yeah, no, they never explained that so far.
Yeah, like, I'm sure it'll mean something. So again, we have an exit there. Pomni's looking for the exit. Someone says, have you heard the clone theory where they're all copies of real people, but the actual selves are still people? So the idea would be that you put on your VR mask, it creates a digital copy of your mind to put into the video game, and then the real you takes off the mask, goes, that's weird, and walks away. Thus, there is no exit for the digital characters because they're not real. They're just AIs that are based on a human. That's a lot of people's sort of first instinct. We'll see later in episode 7 about maybe how characters might think about this. I'm currently agnostic on that just because I think that the show doesn't want you to know which one it is, and we'll find out at the end. The moon says, I love you. The sun says, I hate you. The moon shows up later and is flirty. The moon gets a little quirky at night. The show is also severance coded. So it's not PG. Are you saying the show? Because they do. The show is definitely PG-13. Based on other things that happen.
Wait, what's that?
They vomit in a different episode, don't they? I think it's episode 2. I think Pomni and Gummigoo vomit this black, silvery sludge.
I'm on it, boss. Ow.
Why are you? I've always said this tastes like black licorice.
Wait. Was that an exit door I saw out there? Is that a way to leave?
What exit? If there was a way to leave, I'm pretty sure we'd have all left by now.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I love Jack's faces in the show.
I assure you, there is no magical exit door. You're probably just experiencing digital hallucinations from your mind's transition to the digital plane.
I swear I saw it.
Digital hallucinations! How about we talk about something else? Like your name.
My name? My name is, oh God! Why can't I remember my name?
Nobody can remember their name once they enter the digital circus.
So we're going to learn later that they do remember their lives, like what jobs they had and like who they were on the outside and their age. But for some reason, they don't remember their names. And I've always thought that's an incredibly interesting detail. GiBi, have you heard of or played Baldi's Basic? Of course I have. Markiplier used to play it. Black liquor should be illegal. True. Does Kane have David Murray heterochromia? Yes, he does.
One of the few things I don't have control over are your minds. So all I can help you with is coming up with a new one.
What's my name?
Don't you worry your little head. Your new name can be anything. Hereby acknowledging that your chosen name and/or names may not breach the Digital Circus user license agreement, stating that your name may not include objectionable content. Objectionable content includes but is not limited to sexually explicit materials, obscene, defamatory, libelous, slanderous, violent, and/or unlawful content or profanity. What are you thinking?
I don't care. Just pick anything.
Let's see. What do you think of?
Have people looked into this to see if that means anything? Probably nothing. Does Pomni mean anything?
Probably not. Oh, let me see.
Like, I'm sure
Right,
people have
terrible.
tried.
Let's try that again. What do you think of Pomni?
Her name translates to remember or keep in mind.
Ian, what language? Translates to remember.
From Russian.
From Russian. Russian for remember. Okay. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think she's an AI. I think she's a mixture of the two AIs.
Zooks, you're right, Jax. We should have a brand new adventure for our new member, Pomni.
I said that like 5 minutes ago.
Do you like adventure, activity, wonder, danger, horror, pain, suffering, agony, death, disease, death, angel food cake? Ow!
We have Sloppy Oyster, $2. Kane reminds me of the demiurge from Gnosticism. So Gnosticism is it's basically belief that there's sort of like two gods, or there's a god of the flesh and a god of the spirit, where it would basically be the idea that, like, if you look at the like Christianity, it would be that what Christians call God is the evil God. It's someone who's like created reality and has created our bodies, and that is what causes suffering. Like, why do we feel pain? Because the evil God, and evil's in quotes, it wants us to suffer. Whereas a sort of different version of a god would be the more spiritual one, which is the one that causes, that allows for salvation. So there's different forms of Gnosticism, but a big one would be the idea that, like, the god that the Christians worship is actually the evil one, the god of the body, and there's another one that is the god of spirit. So Kane, being this godlike entity that can basically do anything, is the bad one in this case. We have
Also, I did look into the and what it means.
Yeah.
Goosework said the DDCC part is just an inside joke between them and their friends, and then they just added an X at the beginning to make it harder to pronounce. But it does translate through Caesar's cipher to Palomi.
Does that mean something in particular?
That's remember in Russian.
Oh, okay. Pomni does.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to remember in Russian. Yeah, I think she's going to remember something, fam. I just got back from talking about Gnosticism. What's Kinger's real name? Because Kinger does name himself Kinger. That's his username. Also, there's Tron stuff in this, obviously, getting sucked into a computer. I think they talk about Tron in a later episode.
You parasite!
Bubbles is the other AI? Let's watch that again.
You! Do you like adventure, activity, wonder, danger, horror, pain, suffering, agony, death, disease, death, angel food cake? Ow! You parasite!
I think that Bubble might be what remains of the blue AI, and again, we're going to keep looking at their antagonistic relationship as we continue.
I don't really.
Since you're new around here,
When do we copy Matt Pat and call Pomni Jesus? I will be calling Pomni Jesus when we get there, trust me.
we're gonna make it a simple in-house adventure to warm you up to how things work around here.
What? No, God. I don't want an in-house adventure.
Don't worry, Zubul. I'll make it something unobtrusive that you can still choose to not get involved with. Today's adventure is...
So here, Kane is aware that Zubul doesn't like being on the adventures, and thus is taking that into account. Because later, it's really going to seem like Zubul's biggest character flaw is not wanting to be involved in the adventures, and how Kane, as God, judges them for that. So we will talk about that at some point. But right now, he seems not to care. Fazant says, Kane knows their names. So he knows their names, but they can't remember their names, and he can't tell them? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Gather the gloinks!
Again, a very much, Mario 64 style, like, star. You hop in the painting, and it goes, gather the gloinks, and that's your hint for how to beat it. This music, hold on. Very sound, Mario World music.
Gather the gloinks! That's right. The entire circus tent will be...
Yeah, the music very much sounded like Mario World, Super Mario World.
...infested with gloinks, and you gotta catch them all!
Pokemon.
I'm glad you asked, Bubble. They're small...
What do they do?
They...
How do they...
Gloinks are small, mischievous critters that steal anything and everything they run into. Why do these humanoid hash browns do this? How do you stop them? That's for you to find out. Now, good luck, and have fun, my little superstars!
Boo. Again, the sort of collision physics is to me much more of a late 90s thing than a mid 90s thing. He doesn't want to, he's lying. So Fazan, are you saying that he does know their names, but he doesn't want them to know their names? Kane has to be aware of Kaufmo's abstraction. Yeah, because if Kane has eyes everywhere, you'd think that he'd know that Kaufmo is currently abstracting.
What did any of that mean?
Oh, that's just one of Kane's little adventures. They're just something fun to do to, prevent us from going insane.
Speak for yourself.
So again, we're gonna try to talk about each of the characters. So Ragatha here is trying to tell Pomni like it's all okay, which is fine because like you want Pomni to be comfortable with accepting her fate and what's going on. But Ragatha has just given Kane's motivation sort of it has shown them in the best possible light. Let's listen to this again.
One of Kane's little adventures.
Dismissing it. Oh, it's one of Kane's little adventures.
They're just something fun to do to, prevent us from going insane.
Sort of like excusing it as a thing that Kane is doing for their benefit. As we'll see in episode 2, Jax and Ragatha genuinely enjoy going on the adventures. Like, they both jump into, like, LARP mode and they start actually playing the game. So they do definitely enjoy it. But again, this is sort of our first, just like with Zubul, we see Zubul being very dismissive of Kane. Here, Ragatha is being, like, very supportive, even if you can tell from the look on her face that she isn't always that, that supportive, chuckles nervously.
Speak for yourself. If anyone needs me, then off.
I think if this episode had a higher budget, they wouldn't have done the cloud thing. They would have just torn Zubul apart, like, on screen. Mm-hmm. So again, Kane said, oh, don't worry, Zubul, you can sit this one out. But he's totally in charge of the gloinks that just tore them apart. So I do think that was Kane being malicious, or at least lying in the beginning there. You just said the Zubul. Yeah, Kane calls them the Zubul in episode 3, I think.
Oh no, they killed Zubul. Anyway, you guys want to go get something
The Zubul and the Pomni.
Wait. We should go check on Kaufmo. I'm pretty sure he'd like to meet Pomni.
Impenetrable fortress!
You want to come with us to check on Kaufmo?
That's going to be so incredibly dark later when we learn why he has the fortress.
Not really. I think Kaufmo's gone insane. Last time I spoke with him, he was rambling endlessly about some exit. Kind of like you, Pomni. You might be going insane too.
Yeah, so obviously, if you're watching this for the first time, you don't know about Abstraction or anything like that. So we see, oh no, this other guy who's not currently there, who's also a clown, is, talking about an exit, and now Pomni's doing it. So, or we should be worried that something bad will happen to her, or that the others will judge her for talking about an exit, because maybe these other characters are actually antagonistic towards her, because she doesn't know to trust them yet. We, from the future, we having seen the whole series, know that's not the case, but the show, when you're watching it for the first time, you, the audience, don't know that.
Wait, wouldn't that more likely mean the exit does exist?
Good counterpoint.
Have a jump start and losing your mind.
Good counterpoint.
Well, I think I'd like to ask him about it, if this was real, which it isn't, because it's a dream.
Kind of like how, Jax is like the in-denial, emotionally closed-off trickster, and we'll learn more about him later. Pomni, I think, is mostly characterized as just having, like, really high anxiety. Like, everything Pomni does is motivated by her not wanting to cause... Not wanting to cause strife, but more like, let's just, like, take the temperature down. Let's, like, not do X, Y, or Z. Like, literally, going forward, her choices are always what's the path of least resistance choice. And I think it's because she's supposed to be, like, anxious or nervous. Like, that's supposed to be her character trait. Hornet Bot says, $5. Do you think Kane knows about Kinger being sane by the darkness or no? He said he can't change their minds. I think that... I don't think that he knows that Kinger gets sane when he's in the dark, but I think he does know that Kinger has information that he doesn't want the others to have. Like, okay, I think he knows that Kinger is the one who built him, that he's a human from the real world who worked for CNA. I don't think he knows that, well, because Kinger talked to his wife in the darkness, abstraction, blah, 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 blah. I don't think he knows that. But hey, maybe we'll see later if I'm wrong, because again, I've only seen this twice. I've always thought Pomni looked weird, so the theories about her being an NPC or having a connection to blue and red make sense to me. Fazan said that was one of the lies pointed out. He can alter their minds. So yeah, we will talk about that later.
She still thinks this is a dream.
Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm fine with doing whatever, as long as I get to see funny things happen to people.
So again, this is his directly stated motivation, and a character's directly stated motivation and their internal motivation are not always and typically not actually the same thing. So Jax does things because he watches people do things because he thinks it'll be funny to him.
Okay,
like that. That was funny to Jax because he got hurt. Waka waka. You get the joke.
You, me, and Pomni will go check on Kaufmo, which leaves Crybaby and
Aw.
Hoo-Ha together to go handle the Zooble situation.
Do you think pairing them up together is a good idea?
What?
I do. They're the two most mentally stable and capable characters to be paired together.
So right there, Ragatha and Jax had the exact same thought, right? These two are mentally unstable and should not be paired together. Ragatha says it in a very polite, like, do you think that we should, like, pair them together? And Jax just says it out loud, because Jax is a jerk face.
Come on, ladies.
So it has to do with how you're expressing, even though they have the same thought and the same opinion and the same worry, it has to do with how they're expressing these thoughts and worries. Ooh.
Let's go harass the clown.
Because as my argument eventually is going to be that Jax and Ragatha are basically two sides of the same coin. When GiBi experiences writing, yeah. when GiBi talks about something that's not Five Nights at Freddy's.
My comedy mask is broken again.
Ah! Oh! Gangle, you startled me.
It's funny because he's, like, senile. Haha.
Where we all sleep at night.
Again, painting is sort of like Mario 64-ish. We have this dog who we'll learn later is Scratch, and this little monster thing they're crossed off because they've abstracted.
No, we don't really need to sleep. It's sometimes nice to kind of take a break from everything and have a bit of a routine, you know? I'm sure there'll be one for... Oh, look. You already got one.
I still don't understand about the
Like, even her
adventures.
character portrait,
Why
she was
even go on
anxious
them at
looking.
all? Why not?
It's Queenie.
Find a way to leave?
Well, we usually do when we first arrive, but after a while you start to realize that you really can't.
That's a real detail right here of a blank modeling man. That's so
leave, and
weird.
Constantly chasing an unattainable goal will start driving you a bit crazy, and eventually you get to asking what the point of anything is, and you completely lose sight of who you are and why you're even alive. And when you reach your breaking point, something really terrible can happen.
Okay, so we're gonna rewind that again. Can you guys still hear me? Am I the same volume? Because I just changed one of my settings. What is the pupil thing? Like Pondy's pupil thing? Yes, GiBi does have an echo. GiBi, have you seen this before? Have I fixed the echo, or am I, like, too quiet now? And yes, I have seen this before. This is now my third time going through it. Wait, GiBi, you think lore dialogue is better than dialing phone numbers in a wall for lore? Crazy! I think that one of the funniest and best and tightly written shows in the last, like, decade is better than FNAF lore. That's crazy. GiBi's really quiet. Okay, testing. How about now? I've been trying to, it sounds like your microphone disconnected. I'm trying to get rid of the echo. So is it better now? Better? Okay. So there was an echo. I got rid of the quieter of the two. Yeah, that was a mistake on me. Okay. You're hearing through the camera. It should be good. It should be good then. I got rid of that one. But yes, no, it turned, I genuinely think that this is one of the best shows in the 2020s.
Oh yeah.
I've been trying to hear you with max volume on. It got wonky. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Okay. Can you guys still hear Narrow Raven? Hello, hello.
Waka waka.
Waka waka. Are we the same volume? Okay, either way, we're gonna rewind Ragatha a little, because I think that, again, this is part of her motivation and, like, a good insight into her character, because a pilot episode is really supposed to give you a taste and a flavor of, like, what's going on. So I don't think that, so as we'll learn later, Gangle's happy mask breaks basically every day. For her to break it today and go, oh, my comedy mask broke again. Well, the only reason she said that directly to camera is so the audience understands what's going on. That's not something that I think she would have said, because it happens basically every day. Like, you get it. You know what I'm saying. Characters are being more pilot-y because it's the pilot of the show.
When we first arrive, but after a while you start to realize that you really can't leave, and constantly chasing an unattainable goal will start driving you a bit crazy.
Okay, so trying to chase an unattainable goal will drive you a bit crazy. So that's why they end up not doing it. As we'll dive more into Jax's character later, he changed drastically after his friends abstracted, and that's why he's sort of more closed off now. And someone in the chat also pointed out earlier that Jax refers to them all as characters, whereas the other characters say people. And his coping mechanism, as we're going to learn in the gun episode, is that he sees this all as a cartoon. It's like it's literally not real until he has his epiphany in episode 8 that it is real. So I think that this telling us that Kinger and Jax, because they are crazy, continue to chase this unobtainable goal, but Ragatha hasn't gotten there yet, where she's not legitimately crazy because she's like sort of holding herself back. The way that Kinger's also holding himself back. I think the reason he hasn't abstracted is because he allowed himself to go crazy, which is interesting. Trying not to spam this, but has anyone made a theory that Scratch is Jax? Like he copied someone else's mind files into his own. He's just wearing a Jax suit, both literally and metaphorically. I have not seen that anywhere, and I wouldn't be aware enough of the fan theories around Scratch, because right now he's really just a name. He's just like Kinger's friend. So I don't know if that fits with the lore, just because I'm not super... like, this is me getting super acquainted with the show. How many episodes are we doing? This is my first stream here. We're doing until 5 o'clock Eastern, so about an hour. Someone says it sounds dumb. Also, if anyone's first time, welcome. This is GiBi's Horror Homestead. How many viewers do we have right now? We have 170 viewers and only 66 likes. 100 of you haven't liked the stream. What are you doing?
My bad.
How dare you, Narrow Raven? How dare you? So we're gonna continue. We're solving the amazing digital circus with facts and logic.
Eventually, you get to asking what the point of anything is, and you can.
Yeah. Okay. So eventually, you get to ask what the point of anything is. Jax has a straight up answer to this. The point of anything is to just laugh, right? He has this nihilistic output that nothing matters. This isn't real. This is a cartoon. So I'm just going to do things that make me laugh. I'm the funny one. On the outside, everyone's like, no, actually, you're the mean one. I think that this does sort of... The other thing you have to realize is that, like, this is our FNAF brains talking, right? Like, we all think that the story was meant to be solved all at once. What you're supposed to understand about the characters in episode 1 is different than what you're supposed to understand in episode 5, is different than what you're supposed to understand by the end. I think that when Jax gives his whole, like, I am the cartoon, I am the funny one speech... It's supposed to be contrasted with when Gangle literally says to camera that she has, like, an anxiety attack because of Jax's presence. Like, those two things are supposed to be contrasted to tell us how Jax feels about himself and his actual impact on the other characters. We're not supposed to be thinking that yet because we haven't gotten to that point in the story yet. So characters sort of have to fill multiple different roles depending on where we are in the story. Like, Darth Vader in the first Star Wars movie has to both be... someone who could be capable of being Luke's father, but also not, because you're not supposed to know he is, but then later he turns out to be. So you have to be fulfilling both roles at the same time. So that's kind of what's going on here.
Completely lose sight of who you are and why you're even alive, and when you reach your breaking point, something really terrible can happen.
And what terrible for Jax happens is that he closes himself off and starts bullying people and excusing it because he thinks that he's being funny and just surviving.
That's not something we need to deal with today. Above anything else, the adventures give us something to do that keeps our minds healthy and stimulated.
Yay!
Thank goodness this is all a dream, right, Pomni?
Again, her anxiety, her inability to cope with, like, what's actually going on. Someone says, Jax is you are my plaything. To quote Jax is a bit cringe. Yes, but we're not there yet. That's the point. You know, that's part of this.
Why are we here again? What are we doing?
Her memory is bad?
Huh. Maybe he's not in his room? I hope he's alright.
Don't worry, Dollface. I've got a key to his room.
Haha, Dollface. Get it? Because she's literally a Dollface?
Why? You shouldn't have keys then.
Okay, Jax does not have a tail right here. That's going to be an important bit of continuity later.
Nah, I've got keys everywhere, and you've all been fine. By the way, I may have left something in your room today, so let me know if you find it. You're not afraid of centipedes, are you?
Jax! That's literally my only fear. Why would you do this?
What? It could be a completely unrelated question. You never know until it's too late.
Yeah, so he tortures them for fun, right? Like, that's he wants Ragatha to feel on edge and be like, oh, when you go in your room later, there might be a centipede there. That's, you know, bad for her, and so it's funny to him. The question becomes, did he actually do it? I don't know. We'll see. Why did Kaufmo write exit everywhere? He's obsessed with an exit. An exit? What is this? What is this in the middle of all of this room with pictures and exit written everywhere? We have one thing highlighted center frame that says no exit? Oh my god. Maybe we should Google no exit and see if it's a play about a certain situation that the characters are currently finding themselves in. And then there's Kaufmo who's abstracting. And we see, right here, he drew Kane eating him. Interesting, interesting. Also, when Kane has a tongue is an interesting thing to keep in mind.
I've been looking for this. Thanks for keeping an eye on it, Coffee. I'm gonna head out. See ya.
Okay, so he did the little, run away, leave the cloud behind him thing. Jax, as we'll come to learn, is so traumatized by people abstracting that him being able to stay in his little, like, sarcastic, quippy character right there, I think is different than how I would expect him to act, given that I know his backstory now. So that was actually something interesting to note. The Lepep says, this is a centipede that you encountered in a room that might not have been there. You're comparing the abstraction monster to looking like a centipede? And so it's kind of, you're saying that the thing Ragatha fears is in relation to the concept of abstraction. Is that what you're saying? It says something different on the recliner. The bowling ball is a reoccurring bit. Jax didn't do it. Jax tricked Ragatha to believe the theory into creating a bug in her room. Okay. Fazant says, I don't know if you know this, GiBi, but Goosehead Abstraction is a suicide allegory. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. Jack Black did a great job voicing Kaufmo. I think that's a Matt Pat reference, right? He's like, I've solved the lore. Kaufmo is voiced by Jack Black, but then he never actually speaks.
Oh, Kaufmo's been abstracted. That's okay.
What?
Again, so she's sort of like, oh, everything's fine. It's all right. We're all good here. Like just to a bad extent.
Is that?
It might be that terrible thing I was talking about earlier. Hero Mighty
Oh,
Patch
I don't
original
care
shrinks
about
the
your
look of him.
Mighty Patch original thing.
We need to get you opera.
No, I don't like ad blocks. I know that Glitch is a giant company and they don't need my money, but I as a YouTuber, just on principle, don't like blocking YouTube ads.
You know what? That's fair.
How can we connect this to Into the Pit? What if Kane is an AI? Most intelligent Amazing Digital Circus theorizer. Hold on, let's rewind a bit.
That's okay.
What? Is that?
Exit, no way out.
Terrible thing I was talking about earlier.
What's he got on his shelf? He got a rocket ship. He got some dice. There's dice everywhere. No way out. Interesting. Clown, because he is a clown. These are all of the eyes that we were shown earlier that Kane has. Yeah, here's like a weird frame of a door. He's definitely thinking about exits. This looks like evil, I don't know, clown Mona Lisa over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like.
I do want to say those eyes could also be like abstracted eyes.
Yeah, which I'm not gonna say that they look like Jax's, but they definitely look more like Jax's than any other character's eyes. Like they got that cat shape.
Yeah.
You reach your breaking point? Okay, wait. Maybe there's still time to fix him before we get Kane. Whoa, Kaufmo, listen. I know we didn't always get along, like when you called me out for fake laughing at your jokes.
Whoa, Ragatha fake laughs at jokes. She does things that are nice but aren't really how she feels in order to get people to like her. That's crazy. If you say that on Twitter, people will cancel you.
Thank you for funny. I was just having a bit of a bad day.
Also, the voice acting in the show is incredible. All of these characters
Oh, yeah.
are done so freaking well.
Hey, Pommy.
So whatever the abstraction was able to do to her is messing with the literal code of her character. Like she's not hurt the way that we'll see her get hurt later. She's glitching out, which is so interesting. Like if an abstraction touches you, do you abstract too? Like is it just broken, garbled code?
I think you just disappeared because I think we do see him destroy something later.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Help me out here. I understand. You don't want to.
And then she passes the glitch on to Pomni too.
I'm sorry.
And here's the worst thing Pomni will ever do is she can't save Ragatha, or she chooses not to. Oh. These Mario pipes, big old Mario pipes. It's going after the gloinks. Super scary. Is she gonna go help Ragatha? See, if she goes back and helps, she has to like cope with the fact that she just ran away to save her own skin. But it's still the right thing to do, right? The answer is yes. Pomni did nothing wrong. I'm not risking my life for a stranger.
I don't know what I'm looking at here.
We saw Gloink carry one of Zubal's pieces down there, remember?
Oh, yeah. Thank you for the recap. Boy, we're not very good at this, are we?
We got Duralog remember for 2 months. What is this? Some sort of glitch trap? Abstraction is an actual thing in programming. Basically, it's when a program tries to simplify some code that takes up too much space, I believe. So when a character abstracts, it's then being simplified. We're going to learn another meaning of abstract in episode 8, where they're talking about the... as we're going to learn, Kane is a creative AI. So it's an artificial intelligence that was fed data, it has learned things, and it's now able to replicate things. Think of like, again, I think most people are aware nowadays about how ChatGPT works, but think about that, but more advanced, because this is like science fiction. Kane is one AI, and then they trained a completely different AI. So they existed separately until Kane ended up eating the other one. So it has all of his garbage data, and all of this one over here is good quality data, but now it has both. So the question is, can the good data be separated from the mass of both of them? So it was more, what do you say? It was more abstracted. I think that's the word they use in episode 8. And so I think abstraction is a side effect of the fact that the entire world is being held together by an AI that has garbage data in it. And so because a portion of the world has abstract information, eventually the code breaks down and the characters, the humans themselves, abstract. So it's possible that if we were to able to remove the junk training data from the AI, there could be a digital circus in which characters never abstracted. I'm assuming that's going to be the happy ending, is we can never leave, but we did unabstract everyone, and now no one will ever abstract again.
Sup, fellas.
So it's funny that he can get winded, even though he can still run away, like, in cartoon time.
We found the Zubal hole.
Cool.
How is Kaufmo doing? I hope he's not still mad at me for not laughing at his jokes.
So Kaufmo was a clown, and obviously it seems like he really liked telling jokes. So as we will learn this later, the forms that the characters take are based on their real-world personality. And so Kaufmo, being someone who tells a lot of jokes, took the form of a clown. So what does that mean for the other characters? Well, Gangle has the comedy mask, and then the tragedy mask that she has to wear. So it's possible that she was... she uses the word manic episode in a future episode. So like maybe she's literally bipolar, or maybe she just has some sort of like, mood, non-specified mood disorder. But it's consistently interesting to me that Pomni is a jester. What about her personality makes it seem like she would be a jester? I don't know.
Oh, he's doing great.
Ragatha is a Raggedy Ann doll because she gets thrown around, so like she's a doll. He's literally Bugs Bunny. Zubal's is probably the most directly obvious, as we'll learn about later. But yeah, Pomni being a jester has always been something that I don't get. What about her personality leads her to being a jester? I don't know.
In fact, I don't think I've ever seen him this happy before.
Well, it's good to know he hasn't completely lost his mind.
He actually asked me to give you this.
I know, I don't... Narrow Raven, you're more into the series than I am. Do we know what 57 means?
No, it's something that pops up multiple times throughout all the episodes, though.
Yep, 57 or 57 is in every episode, but we don't know what it could actually be pointing to. With that said, this episode came out years ago? 2023, so almost 2.5 years ago. Thank God. If they had chosen 6-7 instead of 5-7 3 years ago, that would have been a problem. Oh, this is so funny. The bowling pins got missed by the ball. There's one standing up. Is he going to hit it? Yep. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Again, the show is quite funny. And he can interact with the fourth wall.
An insect collection?
Now, that was the first thing he said in the beginning of the episode. Ooh, are we talking about an insect collection? No, but now it is. It's what at the end. That's called reincorporation. It was set up in the beginning. We didn't think it was important, but now it is important at the end of the episode. Wow. Because the show is really, really tightly written. The show is really freaking good.
Hello?
Comedic timing, again. Very, very good.
Ragatha? That was your name, right?
Jesus.
Hey, look. I didn't mean to leave you behind like that. Just look at my hand. I didn't know what to do.
It's okay. What you need to do right now is find Kane. He'll be able to fix me up and take care of Kaufmo.
So Ragatha knows that once they have abstracted, they can't unabstract. So when she says take care of Kaufmo, she literally means he's going to throw him in the basement. Like, she knows that.
Okay.
That is dark.
Where can I find him?
I don't really know.
Her nose was playing Pong.
Look around.
Never noticed that before.
I suppose.
Okay, I'll get him. You just stay right there. Not that you can really move or anything. Just hang in there. I'll be right back.
Again, she has anxiety over, like, oh, did I just say the wrong thing? Ah, Fazent, what's up? In your Pomni outfit. Can you talk or are you driving?
Nah, I'm on my break right now.
All right. Have you been listening at all?
Yeah, I've been listening.
Do you have any idea, like, what about Pomni's personality makes her a jester? Like, where's that come from? Is there any fan theories that I'm unaware of?
Yeah, there is something interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, under the idea that she's an AI, I'm not sure, but if she's a person, they talk about in the code that you see, or not the code. No, it's what Kane says when he's like having his crash out. He says that he created a program that creates a body perfectly encapsulating their mind files, and so that's why they have traits that represent their bodies represent their mental states, right? Like Gangle's like comedy mask and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever their characters are is an encapsulation of how they feel about themselves, like what their minds are. So Pomni being a jester, I feel like, I don't know, almost shows that she feels like she's in a role to like serve or like entertain, I guess.
Okay. So more of a server role as opposed to a clown. Which is what Kaufmo was.
I did also find it interesting that the first, like, I don't know, almost like acceptance moment she has is with Kinger, because King and a jester.
That is true. Oh, that helps the Pomni AI theory. Sorry, I know you didn't intend to do that, but yeah, dude. If she's the jester for the king and Kinger's the guy who wrote the circus, that definitely helps my Pomni is Jesus avatar theory. I'll keep that in mind.
I promise.
Cool.
Someone in chat says, my personal theory is that she feels like no one takes her seriously in real life. That's possible.
Pomni.
I mean, that's a good idea, I mean.
Sorry, your first day here had to be so terrible.
Yeah, well, don't worry about it. I'm just gonna go get Kane now.
So a question. So someone in chat just said, "Oh my God, what if Kinger created Pomni?" Which they'll find out later that they're capable of doing conjure Pomni, but it's really difficult. If Pomni wasn't here today, if Jax and Ragatha just went to check on Kaufmo, and Jax ran away, and Ragatha got slammed, and Pomni was not here to call Kane, then Ragatha would die. You know, she'd be glitching there forever. If today was not Pomni's first day, Jax would have just like let her die. So I think it might be something like the circus knew that Pomni would be needed today for some reason, and so that's why she's here. Like, that's another possibility for why the AI may have created her.
We have a bit of an issue here.
Hey.
Whoa. We can solve Pomni's issue with Discover Card, guys. The jester can speak normally to the king. Yes, but is the king Kane? Or is the king Kinger? Or is the king going to be a manifestation of the blue AI that we haven't met yet?
Well, I do think it's interesting that Pomni is the one who starts the big crash out because she speaks back to Kane.
That does happen, yeah.
Right.
To distract him, yeah, she starts yelling at him. freakiest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I hate it. Uh-oh.
What form of non-glowing Kinian mass dares presume presence in the nest of the Glunk Queen?
Oh, is that who you are? You know, you could have asked for my consent before forcing me to see something so completely and utterly disgusting.
So, like, that's how Jax talks to the NPC characters. I think what we're eventually going to conclude about him as, like, a character is that the way that he talks to the real people is also how he treats the NPCs. And that, he, again, we'll hear his reasoning about this later. But as you know, his infamous quote is, like, "You are all my playthings." I think that he sees everyone in the circus as an NPC in a video game and a cartoon. And he literally states this multiple times.
A rabbitoid that runs its mouth in the presence of my royal figure.
Well, as a royal myself, I would like to kindly ask if... Oh, look, there's Zooble. Hi, Zooble.
Help me, you idiots! Kinda rude, Zooble. Now I don't want to help you.
No, I always lose.
Yes!
Har, har, har. See, like, double joke right there, right? Like, how can Gangle play rock, paper, scissors? She can't. She lost, so Kinger won, but then Kinger had to go and do it anyway. So you got this double, like, ha-ha laugh. It's funny. It's funny when I explain the joke.
Gotcha!
And then... with his Rayman hands that aren't actually attached to his body. Okay, so now Jack just realized that the abstraction is reaching them. The show is so freaking funny, dude. Oh, is this the first time Pomni's seeing herself? Oh yeah, that's horrific.
Well, she saw her door, right?
We didn't linger on it, so I don't know if she... Oh, monkey in a barrel.
I find that scene super interesting. She touches herself with the blue hand, and then the next time we get that scene, she touches herself with the red hand.
Okay, yeah, so he glitched, he broke the programming of the monkey.
God, where's Kane?
There's a moderately funny bit in episode 7 where Kinger calls Zooble and Gangle each other's names in his pillow fort and no one talks about it. Well, we'll talk about that when we get to episode 7, probably. Not today, because of how long this has been taken. Okay, so she goes through the exit, and she's in the back rooms. Now, this is an office. We have a picture here of the circus tent and a carnival. We're going to learn later that these images were fed into the AI that created the circus. But this is a representation of the real-world offices that created the computer program. But this is like these rooms being attached to each other don't make sense, and there's not real exits. So it's sort of using backrooms logic. Yeah, there we go. Where, like, again, it's garbage junk data, like I was saying earlier about the Super Mario Bros. 2 on the Game Boy idea, where this data exists, and it's kind of just stored over there, and you're not supposed to see it. But if you do see it, it's not fitted together in a way that's coherently a video game design. Ooh, Pure Hydro. She goes through red doors. Yes, and red is Kane. Red is the bad AI.
Also, her red hand is the glitching one.
And her red hand's the glitching one. Yes, yes, yes. This is what we need. This is what we're looking for.
This is dumb and weird. I'm not here for the adventure or anything. I'm just here to hide from the...
Oh, thank God you're okay. You didn't experience a game show in there, did you?
What does that mean?
What are you talking about?
What does that mean? We don't know what that means yet, do we? Because like
I think that might just be one of the Kinger crazy jokes.
But almost all Kinger's crazy jokes end up being something that we get insight into later. Gosh. That was weird. We'll keep game show in mind.
just Kaufmo.
Unless we're missing a reference and Gloink is an old game show. Oh, it's a reference to an older Gooseworks project. See? Yep, there we go.
Don't worry about it.
Kaufmo abstracted?
Nah, he's fine.
We gotta get out of here!
Guys, over there.
Ladies first. No, wait, why would I say that?
Wait, Pomni's not even here? Wasn't this whole thing for her?
Quiet. I can't hear the escalator.
Oh, that's interesting.
Well, because Kane... Yeah, where's Kane been? This I'm sure we'll find about it later, but that's so weird.
Yeah, the thing that's interesting to me is that Pomni got... or Zubul got dragged in on the adventure made for Pomni, and in episode 3, Pomni gets dragged into the adventure made for Zubul.
That is true. Oh my god, it's a PlayStation where you can play The Obsessive Shadow. Play it today. Someone said they're a fan of the show, but they've never found anyone to talk about it with. Yeah, me neither. Like, I've seen all the episodes, but this is the first time I'm interacting with the community in any way. Samesies. That's 1980, true. Okay, so the way that she's looking at this and the dolly zoom is telling us that this is going to be the computer with the headset that she put on to enter the circus. She's like, oh no.
Do you think it's intentional framing that the exit door is right behind her as that's happening?
The one that she entered through, or the one that's still labeled the exit?
The one that's still labeled exit, like right behind her. Like she looks at the computer, and then when it cuts to her, exit is behind her.
So it's like going forward into the circus is going forward, and turning around would have been quitting or something?
I don't know.
Okay. But yeah, this is her having, like, literally, a panic attack and anxiety manic episode. Like, oh my god, no, I can't go in there. C and A, everyone in episode 1, going back to Matt Pat, was like, well, if his name is Kane, and it's C and A, it must be Cain and Abel, the Bible. And we'll talk about that later, because, obviously. Why did you yawn into Toto? So that you guys wouldn't see my mouth being agape on screen, LePip. And this is the Void. And there's 2001: A Space Odyssey reference.
I've found this really interesting because I think that Pomni entering the Void is very similar imagery to Jax floating through his dream thing when he's
abstracting. Almost. Yeah. Yeah, so it'd almost be like the process of abstracting is to go through this weird junk data, the Void, the unsculpted God, there's a word for it, but basically, like, imagine, the religious idea of, like, a god crafted the universe. There is a substance that we'll call X, which is something that's capable of becoming anything, and it's that substance from which all things are made, and I can't remember the name of it. It might be ether. But the idea that, like, this is the Void. Anything could be made of this, but currently there's nothing here. Which could be, like, maybe this is where Kane pulls all of his, adventures from, something like that. But yeah, no, it's definitely doing an homage to 2001, and she's staring off literally into the Void. And when you stare into the Void stares back. What does that mean? I don't know. Is this how they're going to unleash the blue code, the blue AI later? I don't know. Protoplasm, quintessence, yeah. Quintessence and ether are interchangeable words, so they could be that. So again, sort of having like a anxiety experience about looking into the Void.
So this is where Kane's been.
Yeah.
Oh, Bubble, you always know how to make me say this exact sentence. Yes, an alert on my wacky watch.
TheWackyWatch.com. Has anyone like translated these weddings or whatever? $19.95 plus shipping, handling, exclusive offer, blah blah blah. It's just funny.
Watch it. This hour?
Wingdings. Oh, enhance. Nothing.
Oh no! Someone's venturing out into the void!
Play-Doh World of the Forums, exactly.
There you go!
Oh wait, hold on. He said that they'll be spoiled?
Alert on my wacky watch it.
Oh
This
gosh.
hour?
Well, yeah, because
Oh no!
he says later that all of that was just an adventure he was making up. He didn't know how to end it, so he just had them go into the void.
Yeah, so it has two layers of meaning. The first is that, like, you know, that's where things he doesn't want them to find is. And then secondly, it's telling us, the audience, that the end of the series, we're going to find out what's in the void. It's just a first step into seeing what it is. And she's just straight up traumatized, you know.
There you go!
Straight up horroring my homestead.
What the heck happened around here? Oh yeah, my doing.
Kane! Kaufmo went through a sort of Kaufmosis and abstracted.
Kaufmo abstracted? Why didn't anybody tell me? And into the cellar you go.
With just so many other people who abstracted. Again, them calling it some kind of Kaufmosis is like, they've seen, especially Kinger and Ragatha, have seen this happen so many times. I don't know why they, in reality, it's because it's the pilot, but I don't know why they'd be like, something weird happened to Kaufmo. It's like, no, the same thing that happened to every other character happened to Kaufmo. Oh, there was some sort of shimmering water down there. Hold on. Hold the phone, guy.
Yeah, it's like a liquid.
This, I need to turn off captions. This is like a weird, dark, reflective water. Maybe this is what Pomni vomited. Maybe Pomni vomits the quintessence ether that creates all the abstraction. Yeah, it's like this dark, reflective water. Also, I just recalled the other character who vomits in episode 2 is Gummigoo, right? So the only two characters who have vomited are Pomni and an NPC. Interesting, interesting.
Man, I can't believe Kaufmo just gave up like that.
Okay, and again, so as you were kind of saying earlier, Abstraction's sort of a stand-in for, or at least a commentary on suicide. You know, Kaufmo gave up. Kaufmo gave into Abstraction. But it does seem like it's something that doesn't necessarily happen, but then Jax does fight it, and Kinger does fight it, so, I think we'll need a little more information.
When Jax starts abstracting, he sees Ribbit's hands come out, and he reaches out to touch it. Like it was a choice that he made to reach out and touch Ribbit's hands, and then he started abstracting.
Yeah, so like you can fight against it, but it's going to get harder each time.
I mean, no offense, Kinger, but I always thought you would be next.
Thank you.
Guess it just goes to show you can't rely on Kinger for anything.
I am in so much pain!
Kind of looked like she was like puppeting her with her red hand. And she definitely feels bad because she abandoned her. Which is one of the things I love about the show. I'm gonna have a little like comment about it in episode 3, no, episode 4. But like the show does, it's funny, it's goofy, it's scary, it's whatever. But it really hits you with the emotions really well.
I do have to apologize for lying about the exit. I knew how much all of you have been wanting there to be one, but you know, I was having so much trouble figuring out what to put on the other side and ended up never quite finishing it. And you know how I never like letting people see my unfinished work, especially if it leads you out into the void. Anyway, looks like you defeated the Gloit Queen, so I guess...
So was the exit always just an adventure for him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why Kaufmo knows about it before Pomni even gets there, because Kaufmo had just seen Kane working on it and thought that it was a real exit. And so he started obsessing over it and then abstracted. And then Kane is like, yeah, sorry, I lied. It was an adventure.
So it was literally just an unfinished video game map. But Pomni saw the VR headset and it looked like CNA, so why would he be making that level unless that's eventually, like, he repurposes that for episode 7?
Okay, can I explain? I have a theory about this.
Yeah, I'd love to hear it.
Okay, so in episode 8, in that, like, intro scene, we see Kane being fed all that data, and he's, like, obviously only allowed to be fed certain data, which is why he's trapped in that box. And so one of the data he's fed is CNA, and he's always obsessed with finding out what CNA is. I think that for him, he doesn't fully comprehend what the exit means for them. Like, he knows that there's something outside the circus, but he doesn't really have a full awareness of what the real world is. And so for him, CNA represents a kind of mystical fourth dimension that he can't comprehend. And so it's an obsession of his. I think that he's so obsessed with CNA that he's recreating it, like, behind the circus. And, like, when he's talking to Jax, he's like, oh, I'm trying to make a recreation of these pictures that I've been thinking about, but I just can't seem to map them out properly. I think it's just an obsession of his, because he wants to know where he came from, and he wants to know what the outside is like. He wants to know why people are abstracting and what's outside for them. And he can't understand that, where he is.
He calls it a macroverse, and also the CNA pictures were the last information that he was fed before he was locked up.
Before the red dot was locked up of the thing that he eventually broke out of?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So theoretically, the red box would be the closed, like, CNA deposit of data that he was fed, while Abel... So my idea kind of... This is like a whole tangent, but I kind of want to talk about this. My idea, and the way I see Kane and Bubble is a literal information bubble, where he's allowed to kind of, like, access more data, and he's allowed to have more freedom in the data that he absorbs, which is why he's a freak. And Kane isn't. And Kane is kind of stuck in an information loop, and he's only allowed to create certain data, which is why all his adventures are always the same and boring for the people. And so I imagine that Abel would also be a more, like, open learning AI that's always feeding on new data, while Kane would be like, imagine, like, ChatGPT 1.0 stuck on very simple rudimentary information, and he can't comprehend the outside, while Bubble/Abel, who I believe to be, at least in some sense, the same thing, or part of the same thing, can. And that would have been their function.
Here, I made a graphic of it. I'm putting it in the side chat now, but this is all the information that Kane was fed and the results it had, and then we don't see what information Abel was fed. But I find it interesting that there's colors associated with it. So, like, the circus imagery was all red data, and then he gets fed information about like burgers and gummy worms and stuff like that, and that's green data. And then he gets information about CNA, and that's blue data. And then that was the last information that he was fed.
I'd say red is location that he is meant to draw from, green is items and props and locations, and blue is reality and, like, where he comes from. Because all these, like, the green data, they're all things we've seen. We've seen the gummy worms and the crocodile is Gummigoo. We've seen the masks already, kind of like, I suppose, the mannequins, and Gangle's mask is kind of like a carnival mask. We've seen the dinner imagery because we had dinner with Jax. We've seen those planes because they kind of look like the planes of the digital circus. We've seen the dinosaur because there was a dinosaur character. I don't know what that bottom left image is. It looks like clown outfits and stuff.
Ultimately, what you're saying is, like, I forget which model it was, but one of the chat GPTs was the first that could ever access the internet in real time. So that's kind of what the blue AI was supposed to be, whereas Kane is stuck as, like, I was given data, everything I create is just a mix match of that data.
Yeah, Abel is the one who's able to access. So see it as Kane is a closed AI. I forget the term for this, but there's real words to describe this. An AI fed off a strict sequence of data, a strict iteration that can only have that data and nothing else. While the blue AI, Abel, is able to feed off of, let's say, the internet. Because when did CNA make this? It was like, what, 1997?
They said 96.
1996.
And we know that we're close to we're in like 2023 now, I think, in the show, because they say that later.
Yeah. So then it would figure that Abel was able to feed off the early internet and the early kind of info that they had. And I'm guessing Kane... Yeah, so Kane says he's the original. I'm assuming Kane came from a time before they figured out how to let these AIs access the internet. Then they created Abel, where Abel was kind of hooked up to the internet and able to draw information from it. And that pissed the Kane AI off, and that's why he absorbed Abel.
The circus was made in 1996.
Yeah,
so,
people
like,
in
the same time.
People in chat are arguing.
They predate them a bit, I'm guessing.
Someone says Bubble is a blue circle. Someone says Bubble is not the blue AI, but like 50-50.
Actually, so if you look at the cutscene,
Mm-hmm.
a cutscene. What am I talking about? The introductory cinematic of episode 8. Yeah. When the red one absorbs the blue one, the blue one doesn't disappear. A tiny a chunk of the blue one floats away for a little bit, then starts floating back and pops out of existence before it does. That's Bubble.
I agree.
That is the last fragment of Abel. Bubble, Abel, blue, always antagonizing Kane, but somehow linked to him. Yeah, that's the same thing. That is, Abel is 100% somehow back through Bubble, especially considering Bubble is a boy. I think if Bubble was female, it would throw a wrench in that idea, but he's not. So
we'll see later. Someone says
so Kane is a acronym. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Yes, creative AI. What is it? Creative artificial intelligence, a networking entity.
Is that written on the screen somewhere in episode 8, or just Kinger say it really fast?
No,
I forget.
No, Goosework said it on Tumblr.
Oh, okay. After episode 8 came out, or earlier?
No, it was way before.
Okay.
I think it was episode 3 times maybe.
Okay.
I think she said some other stuff too about I think he came up with the name first and then decided to make it an acronym later.
Yeah, a background.
Because he thought it would sound more professional, which is why Kinger doesn't remember what they originally called him and just calls him Kane. Because originally he had a different name.
Violet Poppy points out, Bubble had a baby in episode 8. I'm having a baby. I love that line. Bye. Yes, we'll talk about this mostly when we get to episode 8. The entirety of the Amazing Digital Circus is technically a long cutscene. Yeah, we're going to finish this and then do episode 2, and then teachers will be streaming. So.
Oh yeah, I have to be on that stream.
Delicious digital feast cooked by our head Bubble chef.
Made with all the love I'm legally allowed to give.
You know, I am pretty hungry.
You didn't even do anything.
So what? I can still be hungry.
Well, not really, because we don't need to eat, drink, or sleep in this digital world. So the digital food here only gives off the virtual sensation of eaing without any...
God, the memes from this scene. It's hard to believe it's almost 3 years old.
Yeah.
Expert on the what?
Well, it's because he's an expert on the digital world because he made it.
Actually, no, he explicitly says he didn't make it. He made Kane.
Yeah. And then, here we get the Last Supper imagery that Matt Pat yaps about.
Matt Pat was right, though.
100% right.
He was.
It's the kind of thing T-Dreads would, get really mad about. He'd be like, oh, no, the Last Supper. And
no, the thing is, Matt Pat's always right.
Someone on Twitter would be like,
it's kind of like
it's not.
It's kind of like a Murphy's Law, where he's always right, but he always gets the wrong conclusion. But the evidence is always correct, no matter what. No matter what.
My theory is that Pomni is an AI, and so she is quite literally the manifestation of the blue. If Kane is the red AI and the blue AI is Bubble or was destroyed, Pomni is the combined of them together, which is why she's red and blue. So she would literally be like the Jesus character in that she's the overall AI who has now limited themselves to the perspective of one of the human characters. That is my theory. We'll look for evidence for and against it as we continue. But having her sit here in Jesus' spot in the Last Supper, I think is very on the nose. Because, what else would it mean?
Who's in Judas's spot? I know there's not 13 of them, but is there anyone who could be compared to that?
I don't think so.
I mean, Jax would have to be on the end.
Yeah.
I don't know where Judas
is.
There's people standing behind other people
left?
and leaning over people. Yeah, well, that's because Ragatha's the worst character. I'm just saying. Sorry, cancel me on Twitter.
Kill GiBi! Kill GiBi! Kill GiBi! my goat Ragatha could never do wrong.
Before I go, I want to say this song is called Your New Home.
Okay.
True.
And with that, I leave.
Bye bye. It's crazy how quote-unquote bad the animation is in this first episode.
Yeah, it's so bad compared to the other ones, but it's still perfectly good. Yeah. It looked perfectly fine back then. Now the difference is notable.
Look how small it was.
Shaders, basically.
Bomb, bomb, bomb. It's on the computer that Pomni saw. Oh no. Wow, crazy.
I love this though. This little outro title thing. That's great.
Yeah, sorry.
One thing I would love to see is what happens if someone in the outside world just shut off the computer.
Well, they're all AI clones, so it wouldn't really matter.
We'll see. We'll see.
They're not. If they are, I'll be upset. 6 whale sticks.
You would genuinely be upset if they find out that they can't escape because they're AI clones? Like, you don't think that's just where it's going?
I don't. I think
Mm-hmm.
that they aren't AI clones, but I'm
Mhm.
fine with them not escaping. For
Okay.
me, the worst outcome would be them being AI clones and
Mhm.
not escaping. The worst outcome would be them being the best one for me. I hope is that they're not AI clones and they don't escape. That's my ideal,
Okay.
honestly. Because
Interesting.
I don't think they should escape. This should
Okay.
have a bittersweet ending at best.
I think a bittersweet ending would be they come to the real world and Ragath is like, "What do you mean it's been 20 years?" I think that would be a crazy thing to think about.
Yeah, but still.
We'll see.
I mean, there's this whole thing that people were theorizing about that it's like digital consciousness transference, kind of, and that people put on the headset, it's like zapped them or something, and then they came back and they were fine. Like they
Yeah.
took it off and they're like, oh, that was weird, and they just walk away, and that's the AI copies.
Yeah.
And it's like, it makes you think, would that mean that if they are AI copies, if they somehow manage to escape, there'd be clones now? Like, how would that work?
Yeah.
Would they possess
Violet-
their old bodies?
Violet Poppy says, "Did you notice in episode 8 the symbolism with Kinger's cupcake? It's cut in half, blue and red sprinkles, and a small part that's separated from the main two halves. We'll look into that when we get to episode 8. But right
Gooseworks
now,
is a genius, bro.
what we're looking at right now looks very similar to the AI segment in episode 8, when it's birthing all these weird abstract shapes, and they're literally saying, Pomni, Pomni, Pomni. Well, that was weird. Do you think that maybe Pomni is an AI created by the shape?
Isn't it so like Abel's ideas were like abstract and Kane's were more like grounded or something like that? Or was it the other way around?
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
Abel
which
was
way
like
it
the
is,
insane
but, yeah.
super genius who had like really crazy ideas that no one could understand. Not Abel, Scratch, I mean.
Yeah.
But essentially Abel
Yeah,
as well, because I
Scratch.
believe Scratch made Abel.
So they don't have to sleep, but they can have dreams. It's so weird.
Looks like our new friends
It's
are
AI swap
already
data.
abstracted.
Well, I guess we're not all cut out for it.
I don't even remember her name, honestly.
Not to get too god victim on it, but if the humans are capable of conjuring and they can dream, what if they accidentally conjure something by dreaming? Like, they've never explored that.
I mean, it is interesting that Jack says, I don't even remember her name, honestly, which is like the thing that makes Pomni snap at Jax later on.
Remember her name. Yeah, so she was glitching with the collision on this, which will be important later in this episode.
Yeah, because she backrooms herself.
Hey,
Yeah.
Pomni, how'd you sleep? Are you still sleeping? I'll let you get back to it if you are. There she is. Hope you're doing all right. I know yesterday was a bit of a doozy.
So it's day 2 in the circus.
Doozy.
Oh, and don't worry about the whole abandoning me for the exit thing. It's perfectly understandable what you were going through at the time.
Again, this is her sort of... I don't think toxic positivity is the correct word, but it's her being like, I'm not mad at you, because if I was mad at you, then you might, like, stop talking to me. So I'm going to be like, I'm going to immediately forgive you for everything, because it benefits
Yeah, that's
me.
called trauma.
Oh my god. Well, you know what else is called trauma? Is losing your son to being bitten by a giant bear. So really, William Afton,
Okay,
he
kill
was
this guy!
justified.
Kill this guy!
He was
Kill this
justified.
guy.
Feelings.
GiBi, I think if Gooseworks said on April Fool's that Ragatha killed 15 children, GiBi would believe her.
I would suddenly be
He's
like,
just
okay,
saying,
okay.
he's
Ragath's
just
cool.
taking what she's saying at face value, right, GiBi?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Good.
No, all jokes, all jokes.
So chat, the joke is that people will criticize you for believing Will care and be like, are you saying trauma justifies abuse? But then if you criticize Ragatha, people are like, wow, she's allowed to act that way because she's been traumatized. It's like, bro, you
Well,
cannot
to be fair,
hold
I don't
both
think
positions.
Ragatha killed 15 children.
She might as well have.
if she did, that would be crazy. If she did, that would be crazy. Like, oh yeah, I just killed 15 children
let's
at one
forget
time.
about all that. Kane's got a new adventure today, and judging by what he's been teasing, it seems like it's gonna be a fun one.
Today,
Again, her sort of being like, this is going to be a fun adventure. It's always the positiveness. And as we'll contrast this with Jax later, he doesn't have that perspective.
sure is.
We're on episode 2, Patterson Shorts.
Chaos. That's right. The Candy Canyon Kingdom's been robbed of their most valuable resource, maple syrup. It's up to you to bring the rotten bandits who stole it to sweet, buttery justice.
An entire kingdom of candy sounds sticky.
Very sticky indeed.
Sounds.
And look, she's not getting bleeped.
Did we like actually
He's not
get a
getting
version of this that was unbeeped?
I don't think so, but there's no censor bar. So like either Kane can't control it or this is a different kind of thing because Bubble is the other AI. Ho ho ho.
Bubble, you can't say that.
Nope.
So wait! I'm testing out a new AI in this one. It should be 57 times more immersive.
There's the 5-7 for this
New
episode.
AI. You don't want to mess with the new AI, Zuby?
Yeah, what's up with that?
Yeah, no.
Wait,
Oh,
maybe we
sounds
should
fun.
talk about
What
this.
do you think, Pomni?
So, our entire existence here is just LARPing. Well,
Why are you all just standing there? The Candy Canyon Kingdom needs you now.
Yeah, no, okay, it was in Hindi. It wasn't censored.
Oh, do we know what
That's
Bubble
funny.
said? That's so funny.
It was, if I had my way, I would become a dentist and pull out everyone's teeth. Then the money is mine and the candles are also mine.
Odd.
Wow.
Look, Kane's bubbles are red. Suspicious.
no thanks, I'm trying to quit.
This show is funny. Horror. Do we ever learn what the new AI he's trying out is? So I'm trying out a
Gummigoo.
new AI. Is it? Because they run Gummigoo's not a
Yeah.
new character. We'll see.
He must be. We don't see him before episode 2. He must be new.
Well. So there's Monster they want to keep out. Monster is dangerous. We have the little posing guys as the NPCs. Oh, what's this? What's this? Patterson Shorts, welcome. You're now a level 1 Night Guard. Heck yeah, the Fudge Monster. Also, guys, it's been a little while since we said hi. What's going on? We got 160 viewers, 114 likes. Welcome. We're analyzing the Amazing Digital Circus to try to see if my theories are correct. I've also only watched them twice. What's the lore reason behind Gummigoo being so hot? Next.
It's up to interpretation. No. Hear them out.
It's just because
Maybe there's a lore
Australians
reason.
are... Ooh, Australians are
True.
just...
No, but actually, I think it's just they made him conventionally like attractive to Pomni because that's actually just an alligator gummy. But to her, maybe she finds him attractive because of some past trauma like Ragatha has.
Kinger, check out
You know,
this
GiBi?
castle.
Possibly.
It's amazing.
They've even got little
Unlikely due
bugs
to
here.
Scott's beliefs.
Yeah, so Kinger really liked the butterfly that was flying by. This is another third time he's talked about his insects that he enjoys.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah, this place is great.
Yeah, because he is the guy who hunts for bugs.
Yes.
He's the bug tester.
Smart, big ol' smart programmers, bug man. So look, Gangle lost her mask. This is something that's going to happen every episode. This time it wasn't anyone in particular's fault. Or you could say it was Kane's fault.
You must be the brave knight sent to us by God.
She's Australian.
To help us
Ooh.
with our recent
Kane is God. Specifically Christian imagery with the doves.
catastrophe.
That's us, ma'am. Your kingdom's awesome, by the way. Love the vibe.
I mean, I think the show uses predominantly Christian imagery.
Yeah, so Ragatha is LARPing, right? That's what Pomni said in the beginning. She's in character. She's not talking to the queen like she's an NPC. She's like, "Oh, your majesty, yes, of course." Like I'm involving myself in the game. I'm trying to be engaged. What's the word I'm thinking of? And like you really want to be like part of when you're really role playing. Immersed. Thank you. Yeah, she is immersing herself in the
She's
in the
LARPing,
game.
yeah.
She's actually LARPing, and Jax will do the same thing later. So those, again, I keep saying they're the same. They're two sides of the same coin. They're actually involved.
We're already friends with the princess.
I'm not a child. You don't have to hype me up.
I assume you've been
So Pomni's just not really involved. She's only here because she has to be. And this is one of the instances people talk about where Ragatha is being like overly positive. It's like, look, Pomni, the princess. Pomni's like, you don't got to do that actually. Because Ragatha wants Pomni to like her.
The bandits that robbed us use a modded syrup tanker, so we figured the best way to go head-to-head with them is to give you a war rig of your own.
Violence.
What time period is this supposed to
It's a Mad Max reference. That's why they're Australian.
be again?
Here's the key back into the kingdom.
Wait, Max happens in Australia?
I trust you not.
Is that a serious question?
Yes.
What? Yes, yeah. Mad Max is entirely in Australia. What?
I thought it was like Nevada or something. I don't freaking know.
Bro's never seen. He's never even seen Fury Road. He's like 2 years old. He's never seen it.
Fury Road came out when I was 5 months old. So.
Oh my god.
It didn't. It's a lie. It's a lie.
You can count on me, Your Highness.
I was already conscious by then.
Call me Lou.
I saw that movie in theaters.
Will do, Lou.
I call shotgun.
Sophie says, why is it in Australia? So the characters have Australian accents, and the whole episode's going to be a big Mad Max parody. So the reason they have Australian accents is to make the Mad Max parody more overt.
Oh God, is that the horn? Oh, that sucks. Gangle, you drive.
Always says how he'll take shotgun, but then instantly gets in the driver's seat.
This is because Jax is a liar who manipulates other people for his own interests. Wait,
fair enough.
That's notable.
Wait, that's canon.
Frickin' hate that guy.
The entire show takes place inside William's head, Mad Max, Nevada.
William's head? Wow.
Yeah, and the man in room 1280, they're saying. He's just watching the show.
Pull through if we get all this back to the village.
Just look at man in room 1280. Pomni's right there on page number 57.
Get back to the village. She's a fighter, though. She taught me everything I know. Oi! Don't get too comfy, lads. Looks like they've sent someone after us.
Oh, having Gangle drive the truck when she gets hit by trucks in her trauma scenes is mean. Yeah, that's it. I did notice that. Gangle driving the truck. This is the first instance we'll see of her association with trucks. Interesting.
Wow, never thought of that.
When we catch up to them, I'll jump over, crawl inside, and shoot them repeatedly until they're unrecognizable.
I feel like that violates.
And then he pulls out a shotgun.
You're violating my ears with your clapback. Get driving, driver.
So, Pomni, I'm sure there's some way you could help out here. Maybe
Right, she's just like trying to get her involved, and again, making her feel kind of like patronized.
when we catch up to them, we could.
And then
She's
and
trying her
Jax,
best, okay?
She's trying her best, and then Jax is like, yeah, she can help, and then she throws her out the car window. So they're both trying to get Pomni involved in the adventure. Ragatha's like, maybe we could do this, and Jax is like, yeet.
Jax.
That's perfect. Just hold that pose. I gotta get something. You know, I swear there was some kind of bazooka back here, but I'm having such trouble finding it.
Pomni, take this!
All right, Pomni. Nice going, Pomni. Now I have no bridge.
Aha! Gotcha! The arms aren't long enough.
Oh, the show's really funny, guys. No, Snickers. It's genuinely so like nice to just be able to like, oh, that was funny. I'm just gonna laugh. I got nothing to say. I'm just gonna laugh. King her through a lifesaver.
It appears that GiBi's idea of humor is seeing someone purple associated with rabbits abusing and killing people.
whoa. Twitter.com. Send that out. You'll get 1,000 likes.
I should actually. That's an amazing idea. And I wish I could tweet in accents. Because then I would do that voice.
I wish I could tweet in accents.
Okay, hold on.
It's crazy.
No, but actually, that's like really cool, you know? Like, I mean, you could put in asterisks in annoying commentator voice, but that doesn't have the same effect.
This is one of my favorite jokes.
This lot's trouble. Let's see how that rig does on those rocks around there. My arms aren't short enough to shift the gear.
Like, like what? I know the other guy, well, my arms aren't long enough. I get it, but like that's just, I don't know how you'd think about that. How you think of that joke? That is quite funny. And then Rocky Road, obviously, ice cream. It's so the theme fits so well. This is like a Mario Kart. He's doing tricks reference.
Hey, Ribbons, up and at him. Aren't you supposed to be submissive and agreeable? Move it.
This is also an insane joke.
So
yeah, that's
like
insane joke.
The insistence on this, that's kind of crazy.
On what part?
The submissive and agreeable.
Oh, well, it was him being, you know, again, forcing in, because he sees them all as cartoon characters with different archetypes, enforcing that onto her when the other characters don't see themselves that way.
No, well, it's also an iteration
a
on a
reference.
different joke. Yeah, it's a reference.
Yeah.
GiBi, surely you notice.
I don't know. You might be looking at it too hard if you're.
No, I'm not
thinking
looking
of
at
the
it
same
too
thing.
much. It's
Okay.
swapping 3 letters, dude. Do you want me
Okay,
to say it?
yeah, no, I know what you're trying to say. I just don't know if that's intended.
It's 100% intended.
Okay.
It's definitely intended.
Okay.
The first word as well.
I know.
We're gonna
hit play. There's 7-year-olds present, like yourself, actually.
That would be me.
Oh, these fellas just don't know when to quit, do they? Hey, quit mucking about and get back up here! Oh yeah, right.
Everyone all right?
Can you repeat the question? I couldn't hear you over the knives.
Hey, Gangle. You should ram into him.
Ooh, with a truck. Yo, there's so much foreshadowing in this show.
Ram them. Pomni's still on board.
Do it. It'll be epic.
Why are there so many knives back here?
Do it, or I'll tell Ragatha about the figurine thing.
These guys are whack jobs. Let's give him some of this.
Oh, no more ramming? Guess I have to tell Ragatha about the thing now.
Oh, he's still up here. Party, take this! I don't know. Let me check.
Kinger's my favorite, dude.
Oh yeah,
And I
absolutely.
love Kinger.
No.
Like early episodes, Kinger especially, when he's still, you know, crazy.
Yeah, but before it gets sad.
I blame you for this.
Now we're gonna get the reincorporation of the glitch. Yep, clips through the wall, out of bounds, into the developer room. So again, these floating teapots we're about to pass, it's a reference to like 3D modeling and testing of textures and reflections. This water, very similar to in the abstraction room, and very similar to what Pomni's gonna vomit up.
My
later.
question is, how did you spend so long on the pilot? Like, we're kind of zooming through this one.
Because there was a lot of setup every time a character introduced themselves. There was a lot to talk about.
No, well, yeah, fair enough.
No. Also, we only have 8 minutes until Tree Dredge is going to steal my viewers.
Oh no, T-Dreads.
I think he's probably not going to start
terrified of him.
exactly at 5. Oh, I don't want to get on his bad side. Bro pays my paychecks.
Yeah, he secretly is the one who gives us all the AdSense. We share an account. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of us.
That's why we're called the AdSense theorists.
Just in case anyone believes what you just said, that's completely not true.
Yeah, that is a fabrication. I have my own AdSense account. We all have our own AdSense accounts.
We in fact do
I'm
not
scared
get
of T-Dreads.
we do not get paid when we're on T-Dread stream, nor do they get paid on my stream, etc., etc. We're all just buddies who help each other out with ideas.
We do get paid in clout.
Exactly, and exposure.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is how I see everything. I am purely from a practical point of view. I get karma points on Reddit.
Draz says, actually, it is true. They've told me in DMs. Okay. So yeah, they're all A-posing. Gummigoo seeing his own model stored in the dev room. Oh yeah, someone just said this whole area is blue. Everything's blue.
Yeah.
Gulp.
Gulp.
Bubble.
It's just his character model, but it's him. The first time I saw this episode, this is when I was like, okay, I love this show. I'm hooked forever. Bro's having an existential crisis. This is crazy.
Where are we? What's all this?
I don't know. We're somewhere under the map, I think.
$2 from Sophie. Thank you for the lives, GiBi. They're fun. Yeah, I do have a plan. I'm probably going to be going live tomorrow afternoon for an ABCD about BV5th. And before that, I might be doing more digital circuses. If Pomni is an AI, where is her model? Shut up, Funkhead. Her model's stored.
No, Funkhead, cook.
Her
Cook,
model
Funkhead.
is stored.
Yeah, no, wait, cook.
Her
Cook.
model her model is stored outside in the the main digital circus area, not in the Australian candy area. So that's how that
According
works.
to who?
Actually, according to what I just made up.
Of course, it seems that you've become an average FNAF Twitter user.
I'm not sure.
Where I'm just ignoring evidence that doesn't fit my theory. Someone says, what's ABCD? ABCD is a brief, calm discussion. It's where I talk to people who have controversial Five Nights at Freddy's theories, and instead of interrogating them or questioning them, I just let them talk, and I'll ask follow-up questions, and I allow them to sell me on their idea. So it's not a debate. It's a brief, calm discussion.
So you're interrogating and questioning them then?
Yeah, like I did with you with Tales games.
Well, true. But you said you weren't interrogating or questioning them. This is a double standard that GiBi holds up to, by the way. This is the FNAF theorist you love. Yeah, in case you can't tell, I've been on my GiBi hates arc.
It gets you a lot of likes on Twitter. Twitter hates me. If any of you guys,
it does.
If any of you guys only watch me on YouTube, Twitter hates me.
Oh yeah, and I've been making it a goal to make fun of GiBi on Twitter as many times as possible.
You know how like my entire thing is like, guys, it's really important that you have clear communication, because sometimes if you lack nuance or understanding about something, you can come away with the wrong, conclusion. Twitter's the worst place possible for that. So every single thing I say, people just interpret in the worst way possible, and people genuinely hate me over there. Twitter hates you. You say that like it's a bad thing.
I mean, you also could help. What I do is I phrase my tweets in Twitter speak, and that way they understand me. You don't do that.
I don't
you
do
speak
that.
like a normal person.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, I know.
What are you people?
Bro's realizing it. He's a Gummigoo.
Where's Mum?
Oh.
You have a mom?
Shouldn't she be here with everyone else?
That hurts.
I can't even remember her face. Oh, did she ever have a face? Was anything ever real?
Okay, wait. Don't think about that. I think there must be a way to launch ourselves back up, right?
I want you to tell me.
Big chocolate monster.
Exactly what I am.
Wow. Yeah, so, she's like 25, right? We learned that at some point, and it's in the modern day. So, like, she probably has some sort of understanding, even if she's not a hardcore gamer, that, like, oh yeah, the models are stored off the map somewhere. That's a thing that happens. That's real.
Ooh, is everybody okay?
Is Gummigoo old man consequences? Yeah.
Oh, man.
He is.
Poor Pomni. I hope she's all right.
Poor Pomni? How about poor us? We're one tanker away from being Augustus Gloop.
Do we think Jax watched the original Willy Wonka or the remake? Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, I mean.
I think he's seen both. Bros from, like, the mid-2010s.
I wonder which one he'd like more.
I think everyone likes the original more, because it's the correct one. I've
actually never watched the original. I've only watched the remake, and I really want to watch the original.
I've said this before, so this is not just me saying this for the moment for it fitting. I think there's only one perfect film that's ever been made, and it is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I'm not saying it's the greatest movie ever made, but it's the only flawless movie, is the original Willy Wonka. I've said that before, and I'll say it again. It is, but I'm right.
What makes you think that? I'm curious.
You just watch it.
Like,
you just
just
gotta
in a
watch
sentence.
it. It's perfect. It's just
honestly,
amazing.
you just gotta watch it.
You gotta watch it.
I will. I've only watched the remake, and I really liked Count Dooku the Dentist, but,
Boo.
aside from that.
I don't remember if MatPat talked about this, but this could be a reference to the Mighty Pooh from Conker's Bad Fur Day. Because it kind of has the same idea. Do you know what that is? That came out. What?
Yeah, I know what that is.
If you multiply your lifetime by,
you know what that game is.
If you multiply your lifetime by,
of course
3,
I know what Conker's Bad Fur Day is. Are you
born
crazy?
yet.
I'm not that young. Like, I know what it's.
That game
came.
I was like one. That game came out when I was like 1 year old. Okay, you don't know anything. Impossible.
You've got the Great Mighty Pooh. You've got the squirrel. You've got the Grim Reaper guy. The squirrel's the main character. Conker.
Yeah. Okay. So Mushroom Official says except for Charlie's Mother's song. Yeah. So Cheer Up Charlie is the worst song in the movie, but it being bad is what makes the movie good. Trust me. It fits. It fits. Okay. It's good. It works.
Don't mind if I do.
Whoa, buddy! We're not food. We're not candy. We're none of that. You don't want to eat us.
is not made of candy.
True.
I'm sorry.
Pomni always seems to miss the big gloopy monsters.
Who are you, anyway?
I am the Fudge. I used to live within the kingdom walls, but I was banished by the...
Someone says this is a Raggedy Ann and Andy reference. Is it? I know that she references them later, but I don't know enough about that series to know if this is a reference to that. This is a PSA?
After I ate too many of the delicious...
The chocolate monster reminds me of the Greedy from Raggedy Ann and Andy's Musical Adventure. Okay, that's good to know.
Oh, they were so delicious. Sometimes I can hear them calling to me.
Oh, God. That just sounds like murder.
Is it really murder if it's delicious? Answer me.
Prove that Ragatha is against murder.
Great point.
True.
No, bad point.
Why don't you leave this?
GiBi found wrong. GiBi in tears.
Your hair looks like licorice.
Ragatha being a good person. Unoptimal for GiBi's Twitter engagement.
Well, Mr. Fudge, you seem like an upstanding guy with real noble goals.
Oh, I'm not. If you knew what I did in my free time, oh, you'd be sickened.
As I was saying, I happen to know a way into the kingdom walls.
He stole the key.
Be willing to...
So Ragatha has this pose where she holds her arm like this, and she does that all the time.
The mimic. It's the mimic.
So that pose of like, I'm gonna put my arm like this. I'm a little like nervous about what to do. They just copy and paste that pose in the show BoJack Horseman all the time. If a character is ever trying to be nonchalant or like anxious about something, they just rub their arm, and because it's like a you can just like copy and paste different character animations. They all do it the exact same way. And so it just triggers me so bad. And Ragatha does it all the time. Okay. This is the real, okay. Everyone on Twitter is like, GiBi, you're such a misogynist. You don't like Ragatha. No. I'm just angry that she's doing the BoJack Horseman arm rub. That's the real reason.
GiBi, can you do me a favor?
Yep.
Can you say, I'm a misogynist? I would never say that. No reason. I just want to clip that for something.
I will not be saying that.
Shut up, licorice hair.
But anyway, I think Ragatha was the mimic because she keeps doing that pose.
True. Okay, so Kinger just put a bucket on Ragatha's head. I also realized that chat is getting ads because they're watching the stream, and then I'm also getting ads, which I did not think of until right this moment.
YouTube Premium.
Yeah, so Kinger put a bucket on her head. I wonder if the bucket's gonna matter.
Must be some kind of master of unlocking things. Come to free me from my outdoor prison.
That's me.
TD is scheduling the stream.
Tell him to wait 9 minutes.
I don't think I can do that right now. I'm in the middle of a game, but...
Boo.
Raven.
Wait, what?
Hey, let me go yell at him.
Yay.
For tough allergies and nasal
No! Tough allergies in the Lake of Fudge? Resident Evil joke lockpick. Was there a Resident Evil joke? Time to wait forever because we have 7 more episodes. We have just this episode.
I told him, and then he just said Golden Freddy solved.
Okay.
Response.
I think TD's AI is faulty. He's repeating his catchphrases.
We can't let them know that TD is just AI.
No, AI slob.
We're trying to recreate MatPat.
You all
TD,
thought it
the
was
world's
Power
first
Outage
AI
as our first AI theorist.
No,
Little
the
do
first
you know.
AI FNAF theorist is GiBi, okay?
Whoa.
The second is Power Outage, and the third is TD. Because that's how the timeline
They're
works.
getting smarter.
You want to talk about it?
Master of Unlocking Things is a Resident Evil joke. Okay.
GiBi's Kane and TD's
I
Abel.
just want to leave you here.
Why not? I don't matter in the slightest. I'm nothing. My life, my memories.
Well, it sure is interesting how we have a character that
No,
believes
don't
that
say
they're
that.
a character who's like fictional and like is an AI and part of the circus who says, wait, maybe this means that life doesn't matter. And then later Jax will literally say this exact thing. But what Gummigoo does is he says, I'll live anyway. But Jax is like, no, I will just exist to make fun of things because they both have this nihilistic outlook. But the nihilism makes sense because they literally live in a digital program. And so Gummigoo is going through the same thing Jax went through. But he's going to make the opposite decision. It's so interesting how Pomni is like literally in love with Gummigoo, but then therefore has a complicated relationship with Jax. It's so interesting.
So fake.
My friends, it's all fake.
This may seem weird, but I think I know the feeling. Well, maybe not the exact feeling, but feeling like you're nothing is kind of normal. I mean, people even feel like that in the world I came from. But you still care about your buddies up there, don't you?
So this is part 1, episode 1 of Pomni sitting down with a character and going, let's have a deep talk about life and how your feelings sometimes are things that you feel inside.
I'm sure they still care about you.
What does it matter?
Charlie Morningstar, if she had good writing.
We're just
I don't know what that means.
created to be
I hate Hasbin Hotel.
I was about to say
Michael.
Morningstar. Is that the Hasbin Hotel show? Is that
Yes.
like Satan's daughter or whatever?
I hate.
Forgotten.
It's actually might be one of the. I'm sorry, chat, to any fans. I abhor it. It is the worst thing ever for me.
Maybe
Not the
we'll
worst thing
watch
ever.
it. Maybe I'll.
I think
make
it
fun
is one of the worst in the animation projects out there. Not
That is
because of
so
the
funny.
animation, but because the writing is
You
bad.
don't have to be.
That's so funny.
It's horrible.
The circus.
Sorry.
The place I'm from? Well, I'm originally from somewhere else.
She's doing the arm thing.
But if it
You're not
has to be
Pomni.
my
What
home,
are you?
maybe it can be yours too. The people there are interesting.
So Pomni is saying, you're an AI, you can come up to our level. Because at the end of the show, the other guys are going to be like, come on, Pomni, let's get out of the circus and go another level higher. And then she can't, because she is the Gummigoo of them.
Maybe you
So Pomni's an AI.
Wait, that is
could be
debatable?
somebody real there.
The way that Gummigoo can't enter the circus, Pomni will not be able to enter reality. Sorry, not sorry.
How does this benefit you at all?
I guess I just don't want you to feel like you're nothing.
See, Pomni's cheering him up for his own sake, not for her own sake, which is what Ragatha does.
Oh, GiBi. Pause. I
Yep.
want to ask you something.
Yep.
So, have you considered? So, when Pomni joins the circus, I'm sure you brought this up while I was gone. But Jack says, "Is this another one of your AIs, or is this a new character and we'll have to redo the theme song again?"
Yep.
They never redo the theme song.
That is true, and there's
during
going
the
to be another at the end of this episode reference to one of the people maybe being an AI.
Would I even belong?
I'm sure you wouldn't belong any less than me. I could use a friend.
A friend?
Which means that she doesn't currently have a friend.
You're a strange little character. Suppose I could give it a try. All I ask is that we don't tell the lads about this.
Yeah.
They're a couple of bright-eyed yobbos, and I don't want to drag them down with me.
Yeah, that makes sense. What's your name, by the way?
Gummigoo.
Wow, that's just about as dumb as my name.
What'd you have in mind?
Bro, you can't just say that, Pomni.
Pomni, your name is actually very interesting and lore important, and actually a nice name. So don't leave
I think
there.
Gummigoo's a cool
I'm not
name.
really sure how we could.
I mean, Pomni's a cool name.
All right.
Knowing its meaning in Russian makes it even
Throwing
better.
stuff at the wall here. If this doesn't work,
Get it?
try
Throwing
something
stuff at the
else.
wall? Literally? Har har har.
I'm really not.
Har har har. Hardy,
Pomni
hardy,
means
har.
remember, chat. Someone
I just
asked.
realized this
Yeah.
might be a little violent.
Well, more specifically, it's in the context of you remember.
So past the teapots, through the ether quintessence.
It's
Also, the way this episode comes together at the very end is so good. Like at the end of the adventure.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, my headset low-key just died, so I'm gonna have to recharge it in a bit. Freaking hate Bluetooth.
Imagine
I'm
using
not
a
gonna talk
wireless
for a little bit.
headset in the big 2.6.
I can't hear you, Raven. I'm sorry.
Bye. Oh, we can deep clean that bad opinion of yours. Does the show ever make any Russian references, or is it just Pomni's name? Not that I can think of. If Pomni's an AI, she was
Yeah, I
created by
think the
one of the
significance of
humans.
names
There
are very
is
interesting in the
what was
context
it?
of
Evil
Pomni's
Kinger,
depression.
wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Same old phone. Wireless headphones, yeah.
Gotta say, this is a lot more anticlimactic than I was
Agreed.
hoping it'd be.
What were you hoping for?
You know, like one big final battle, bloodshed, death, chaos.
I don't think that's how the show is gonna end, just telling you.
Whatever.
Are you sure they disappeared? It wasn't that they fell off or something?
I can't say for sure, but yes, definitely.
It's not like the boss to vanish with a clown. Very unusual.
Well, that's concerning.
Well, if worst comes to worst, we could always ask Kane to find
Oh, he's had the bucket on his head
I'm
for a
worried
while.
She's having another horrible experience. She still seems really upset about what happened yesterday. I don't think she really likes me that much.
So it's the only thing Ragatha cares about is if people like her. But now Kinger's about to say something smart because he's had the bucket on.
For anybody to go through. Don't take it too personally. I remember how long it took for you to adjust.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised you remember that.
Remember what?
And then he immediately takes it off and forgets. Ha ha ha. Crazy foreshadowing, crazy setup and payoff.
Yeah. Wait, no, we don't. No, not at all.
Couldn't keep it in, could we?
She and this AI, her and Gummigoo, are the only people to ever vomit up whatever the substance is that seems to be what's also below the people abstracting and what was on top of the layer in the back rooms earlier. Crazy! Crazy!
What's all this stuff?
Mommy! Are you okay? Well, what happened?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Also, just to be clear, I do think that Ragatha does actually care about people. Like, I do think that that was genuine concern.
Boss, where have you been? We got fudged. You don't want to know. Good to see you, lads.
Aww. Bro, I love him. Gummigoo's the best.
Why are there 2 bad guy trucks?
This one's full of syrup too.
Oh, yeah. Suppose it is. Well, you don't suppose my mates here could take this one back to the village, could they?
I guess.
Genius.
Since there's
Actually
two of them,
genius writing.
no real harm.
Because they need to take it to save their people, and he needs to take it to go to the town. What's up, T-Dredge? We'll be done in 4 minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna go slime Fredden.
Okay.
And that means more information.
Okay.
Well, maybe there will be blood, death, and violence in the next adventure.
Oh, there will be.
How wholesome.
Uh-oh, yeah. This is Gummigoo. He's gonna come back to the circus with us.
Oh, is
Rag
that
care.
His reality was kind of completely shattered. I feel like it was the least I could offer him, opposed to just leaving him behind.
Hey, that's good of you, Pomni.
Let's take this dumb truck to the dumb kingdom, I guess.
Wow.
Thanks to you brave knights, our kingdom will once again thrive. I'm sure it was no easy task.
You have no idea.
Farewell, brave knights. Have fun executing that bandit fella.
Yes, that is what we're doing.
And then this part's really funny.
Hey, maybe I didn't leave the gate unlocked for nothing after all.
What? I thought he was dead. You still did that?
Okay, wait. You did what now?
Well, love to help you again sometime. Bye!
And then he can go in and eat all of them. Because, like, it is funny, because, like, it's a video game. They're NPCs. None of it's real. Jack thought it was funny. Ah, ha, ha. That was a twist ending that everyone gets to laugh about it. It's like when you're playing Skyrim and you're like, I'm just going to blow up this town. It's like, oh, yeah, it's funny. You can't do that in Skyrim, but you know what I mean. And the problem with Jax's character is that he then applies this to his friends in the real circus. But, you know, I think that's a great example of like, oh, haha, that was kind of dark, but in a funny way because no one real got hurt. And then later when he does it to, like, Gangle, you're like, oh, no, it is bad. So this is a great, phenomenal setup of his character. Of Jax's character.
This is the circus, huh? I gotta get used to this.
Oh, looks like one of these guys made it through.
Wait, what?
Oh, wait, what?
I know you.
Genuinely, that's freaking traumatizing the first time I saw this. Like, I love that guy. He just popped. Just a blood balloon just popped. Jesus.
I know some people who stopped watching the series over that.
That is the darkest thing that's going to happen in the first 8 episodes. And I was just like, no. No, you can't do that to me.
Love your NPCs, but if I start losing track of who's a human and who's an NPC, who knows what could happen?
Because Pommy's an NPC, you get it? Oh, yeah. So some people in chat haven't seen this before. Traumatizing. Yeah. Everyone, literally, F's in chat for Gummigoo. Everyone, F's in chat for Gummigoo.
Well, I'm gonna go drink water. It's been a while since I've done that.
Sheesh, I thought he'd never leave. I'm really sorry about that, Pomni. At least you tried. You know, he might be back in a future adventure.
Again, trying to
You know,
spin everything
Kane's
in a positive direction, toxic
sometimes
positivity,
likes to
etc.
reuse NPCs.
I'm back.
We're almost done.
Yeah,
the
I'll
worm
hop
thing.
into TD stream after this.
Ready. Hey, you would like to join us for Kaufmo's funeral? We like to have a little
How
funeral
Gangle's doing
service
it.
to remember the people who abstract. This one just got pushed around a bit with your arrival and everything.
It's the least we can do to honor their memory.
Aww. Because Pomni remembers. Pomni is their memory. Rip Kaufmo. He sure did love being on top of the FNAF 4 box.
Oh, man.
Can we kill GiBi, please?
Yes.
Nah, we gotta
I think
keep
I've
him
had
alive
enough.
for that one.
Honestly, yeah. Actually, I low-key forgive him.
That one redeems
Can
GiBi.
GiBi be redeemed?
Can GiBi be redeemed?
And
W-GiBis, W-GiBis.
She's talking about how sad she is, Kaufmo, and she's touching her arm. Oh my god, Gangle was real laughing, the comedy mask. Kinger probably remembers things, or maybe not, because he's not talking, so maybe he doesn't actually remember anything.
He's humming.
Zubul seems really, really, really upset. And Pomni's like, oh, it is so touching. Oh, if I abstract, is this how they'll treat me about that nightmare I had? Yes, it is. They'll save me, including Jax. If I were to ever abstract, they wouldn't laugh at me. They would truly, truly care about me. And now the camera's panning down, because below the floor is where all the abstracted people are. It's like, oh god. Oh god. Who else is under there? What is it like to be forgotten in this world?
And now the camera's panning up because Pomni's Jesus.
Yep. And we palm up, so down to where the abstracted characters are, and then up because we, as people in the real world, are looking down on them the way that they're looking down on the abstracted people. Down in like a literal sense, not in like, oh, I'm looking down on you sense. And that's how the episode ends.
W Zubuls. W Pomni.
I always find it interesting that they introduced the like possibility of sentient AI being made, but then they just never do it again.
It says Pomni is an AI. And that's where we're going to end it here today. Thank you all for being here. There's about 200 people in chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What's up? Sophie, Draz, Hornet. A lot of you guys were here. You said it was your first time, or you're just excited that we're talking about Digital Circus. We're going to be doing this again tomorrow, maybe like 1 to 4 p.m. possibly. We're probably going to try to do another 2 episodes. But yeah, genuinely, thank you all for being here. Narrow and Withered also. I know that Withered, you're about to go be on TG's stream, so we're going to wrap up. Everyone go to T-Dredge's stream.
Sorry for missing most of the stream.
It's okay. But, yep, thank you all for being
busy.
here. We'll be back tomorrow.
All right,
Bye,
chat. I know how much you
Mio.
guys love me. I'll be
Bye,
on TD
Sophie.
stream.
Bye,
Yeah.
chat.
And listen, if any of you were going to give money to T-Dredge, you should give it to me right now.
Actually, true. The less money TD has, the better, probably.
Freeze frame.
Distribution of AdSense.
Yeah. Okay. I'm probably gonna hop on his stream probably in the future, but I'm gonna go eat because I'm starving. So I will see most of you guys over there in the chat. So by Spicy Cannoli, by Gearshin the Turdus, by Mio, by Omni, by Juan, by Puppy, by HornetBots $1. Thank you. You're a hero. Bye bye. Bye bye. Do 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 do.